Alright, so for our approach today, we are going to be using the North RNAV RNP approach for runway 02 Tegucigalpa, Honduras. This is a Jeppesen chart, index number 12-20, and this is for category Charlie aircraft, published and effective 28th of June 2019. ICAO code is Mike Hotel Tango Golf, and IATA code is Tango Golf Uniform, TONCONTIN International Airport. We won't be using any frequencies for today, so we can bypass the frequency box. This is an RNAV approach with a final approach course of 018. Minimum altitude at Tango Golf 014 is 6,776 feet. RNP 0.3. Decision altitude is 4,429 feet, or 1,148 feet radio. Our airport elevation is quite high, with 3,307 feet. And for our MSA for this approach is 8,600 in the northeast sector, 8,400 in the west sector, and 7,700 feet in the southeast sector. And that's 25 nautical mile radius from Tango November Tango VOR. For the climb gradient for our MRIS approach, we're going to be briefing that later. And for some notes, we do have the altimeter setting in hectopascals, touchdown zone elevation of 115 hectopascals, transition level flight level 200, transition altitude is 19,000. Special aircraft and aircrew authorization required, so that's checked for us. RF and GPS capability is required. Caution high terrain, all quadrants, yes, and that's what makes the approach really exciting. Do not exceed distance limits in the holding pattern and procedure turns. Procedure not authorized if a temperature is below 14 degrees or above 52 degrees, and that's checked. Our current temperature is 15 degrees expected at Tegucigalpa. Since this is a flight simulator and the temperature is always standard. Alright, so DME is not authorized, VJSI and descent angle is not coincident. Pilot controlled lighting, runway 0220, runway and identifier lights. Alright, so we do have some maximum speeds, which is 250 knots for our initial approach to Tango Golf 014, which is 250 knots. Maximum speed final approach 165 knots, and maximum speed for the MRIS approach is 175 knots. We won't be exceeding any of those speeds, at least we don't expect to, because number one, we do have leading traffic, and we're aiming for an early stabilized approach, what we call that. We will be in landing configuration. That means we will be in full flaps or flaps 30, but we will expect full flaps since we have a leading traffic, so we'll need to be slowing down. So our initial approach fix for today will be Melville, and we should be at Melville at or above 900,000 feet, after which we're going to be proceeding direct to Tango Golf 017 while descending to 8,000 feet, after which it is a continuous left turn in an arc to Tango Golf 015 while descending to 7,000 feet, Tango Golf 014 while descending to 6,776 feet, and that is going to be our final approach point. And then a continuous left turn to Tango Golf 013 while descending to 6,236 feet, and then left turn to Tango Golf 012, 5,599 feet, and then finally to our misapproach decision altitude, which is 4,429 feet before Tango Golf 011 and then Tango Golf 011. And at Tango Golf 011, we're going to be re-engaging LNAV, disconnecting the autopilot, and flying the approach visually. If the runway is not in sight, the approach is not stabilized, or for any safety reasons, we can always execute the misapproach, which is to climb and intercept lateral navigation, as depicted in the plan view. Okay, the minimums for today. The runway visual requirement for minimums is 2.6 kilometers, which the visibility at Toncontin is well above. We have a visibility of more than 10 kilometers today. And the approach configuration that we're going to be using today is a flaps 30, but we can expect flaps full since we do have leading traffic. This will be a left seat landing with the auto brakes 3. Okay. So the thing that we should be aware of is there are terrain in all quadrants. High terrain in all quadrants, that's the threat to our approach, and that this is actually the first time that we're going to be doing this approach. Okay, so unless there are any questions or whatever, then this concludes the approach briefing, and I'll see you guys once we are on final. Alright, seatbelt signs on, and we are now on our final approach into Tegucigalpa. We should be seeing the approach lights very soon. There they are. So one of the coolest things about this approach is the approach lights are curved. We do have leading traffic today, and that's Captain Mark Hernandez. He's flying with me today to TONCONTIN. Alright, so that we can maintain separation, we're just going to be reducing our speed to our flaps full. Alright, so 139 knots and flaps 40. Gear down. Flaps full. There's our approach lights with the leading traffic. He's about to turn short final. So once we get to that turn, we're going to disconnect the autopilot and fly the approach manually and visually. The waypoint where we're going to be disconnecting our autopilot is TG011, Tango Golf 011. He's turning now. Thousand feet to go.
Minimums.
Continue. Oh, looks like he didn't make it. That's just putting a lot of pressure. Alright, so let's try to do this landing. Alright, we're approaching Tango Golf 011. Setting missed approach altitude to 9,000 feet. Disconnecting autopilot. And we're turning into the runway.
500.
Check. Stabilize.
400.
Alright, so our rate of turn has to be perfect for this landing to happen.
300. 100.
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Disregard.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Spoilers. Reverses are green. And we have deceleration. Welcome to Tegucigalpa, TONCONTIN International Airport, everyone. Successful landing.